So I just saw Alien Covenant this weekend, and we're gonna have a long talk. Hey everyone, it's Underworld Guardian, and today we're gonna talk about a piece that's both referenced in Prometheus and then tied to Alien Covenant. You might be asking me, why aren't I doing a piece that's specifically from Alien Covenant? Well, when I watched the movie, because I had listened to some of the soundtrack before I went into the movie theater, and let me tell you, I didn't really find much interest into it. The only two themes that I actually liked were the main theme for Alien Covenant, and then the main theme from Prometheus was then brought back into Alien Covenant. The piece I'm going to be focusing on for this Song of the Week is called Life, originally from Prometheus, and it's by Harry Gregson Williams and Mark Streitenfeld, who is a German composer, and it is conducted by Ben Foster. This piece falls under film score and soundtrack, which is fairly obvious. It was released on May 15th, 2012, which was the same year that, it's probably the same day that Prometheus came into theaters, and the album was Prometheus, the soundtrack album. Basic knowledge, there's no awards, no special albums, no covers, it's not a cover, and it's featured in Prometheus and then in Alien Covenant. How did I discover this piece? I discovered it by watching Prometheus, because this is the main theme for Prometheus. It's very prominent that it is the main theme. It's first heard when the ship Prometheus is descending through that atmosphere to go to the planet LV, whatever number, 228, 288, something like that. And they're descending, and you hear this theme. And it's strange, it's called Life, but when you first hear it, it sounds more like the title theme instead of actually life, which is a bit odd, I guess. Now we're gonna get into my opinions, again, for those who have not watched the Song of the Week video, which I highly recommend you do. These opinions are my own, based on what I hear. Yours can vary. What did I notice? I noticed that the theme gets passed from section to section, or in this case, from French horn to low strings, like cello, violin, maybe bass, and then back to horn, and then to upper strings, and then they have this duet thing, and the choir comes in, and then it ends. It just naturally builds as more tidbits and pieces get added to this puzzle of a piece. It just naturally builds, which is something I actually kind of think is cool, and I might integrate into my own writing. Another thing that I noticed was during the back half of this 2-minute piece, there's a nice back and forth between the horn and the upper strings, and eventually the choir comes in joining the strings. That was actually really nice. You hear a bit of the melody and then a counter melody from the strings, and then they just go back and forth until the piece ends. Let's get into what I liked about this piece. French horn is a beautiful instrument, and whoever decides to put main themes on French horn, just bless so hard, because it sounds really, really nice, especially when you first hear the main theme. It makes that leap to its upper, really high register, and you're like, oh, it's beautiful. This theme is beckoning off in the distance for something, because that's how it sounds, how it's constructed. What even made this theme even better was that I heard a clarinet in the beginning. After you hear the theme once through, and then it starts coming back in to have the second part of the theme, you heard a clarinet in the background, and I was like, yes! Clarinets get featured. Yes! Thanks, Mark. You're a great composer. Another thing I liked was that the overall build of this piece, how it's slow to build to the climax at the very end, but it's driving. You can sense it that it's going somewhere. It's constantly moving in a sense. Maybe it's because the bass is have this low note through the entire piece. It's just a low hum, basically. It's slow to climax, but it's a good slow. What I disliked about this piece, it's not long enough. 2 minutes and 25 seconds does not cut it for me. I want it to be longer. And I also didn't like the ending. That just might be a me thing. Like, I would have liked it if we just heard the main theme at the very end just like taper off, but I didn't get that. Maybe it's because it probably had to do with the scene, like what was going on, like they were probably landing at that point. I don't know. Overall, out of 10, this is a solid 9. I'm not gonna give away my 10 out of 10 just yet, because this is way too early to call it a 10 out of 10. Like, it's a great piece, don't get me wrong in that. It's a fantastic piece, but it's not a 10. You know when it's a 10. I think it's not a 10. It's definitely a solid 9. Why would I give it a 9? Okay, so I'm gonna give a little anecdote. Me and my friend were sitting in the theater, and we're watching the movie, and we're like probably like halfway through the film. So then comes this one part, and major spoiler warning right here. If there's like any scene within the film that had to do with Prometheus, you heard this theme, and I kid you not, you could ask my friend. I fangirled during that, and there's no one else in the theater, so it was completely okay. I was like fangirling so hard, because I'm like, oh, I love this theme, this is the Prometheus theme, like I love this theme. And then what killed me was when it was getting towards the end of the movie, and Walter is just sitting there, and he's playing the theme on the flute during the movie. It's like a fourth wall break. Like, how are the actors supposed to know like what the themes are? They don't. So it's like, it's weird how like a character from Covenant knows this theme from Prometheus, even though they technically shouldn't, because they're actors and they're characters. They shouldn't know the theme to the movie. I died. Alright, I was done. I could have left that theater completely happy because of that scene. Another thing that happened in Covenant was that the composer also played homage to the original Alien theme as well. Like, I heard it during the movie. I just don't remember during what part. I know I heard it though, so which is also really cool. That is my review for the piece called Life from Prometheus, which is also featured in Alien Covenant, which is a movie I definitely recommend. If you liked this review, please leave a like and feel free to comment. Like, are you familiar with this franchise? Do you like Alien like I do? Do you know of the themes? What theme do you like the most? Do you like French themes that have French horn with them? Because I do. Leave a comment, I'll get back to you. If you have songs you want to recommend, please leave a comment. If you want to see more Song of the Week videos or Synthesia videos, please make sure to subscribe and follow me on social media so you can get updates about when I do those videos. And that is it for today and this Song of the Week. Underworld Guardian, out.